Coach Phipps, the Cougars are headed to the Pac-12 championships. Boy, this season just got short really quick, didn't it?
Absolutely did. Yeah, I don't know how we got from our camp to Pac-12, but it's gone by quickly.
Let's talk a little bit about your men. Nationally ranked at 20th this week. And going in last year, ended up 5th in the conference and went on to do well at the West Regions and then went and did great at the NCAA championships. How do you space out your goals for this team for the next month?
Well, hopefully exactly the way we did, or pretty close to what we did last year. I think we're a better team than we were last year. It's some kind of couple of new faces and some people that we're relying on that we might have not relied on as much last year, but we're definitely going in the right direction. Pretty solid performance at Wisconsin, but nowhere near what we're capable of doing, and we hope to take another step forward at Pac-12, and then we take another step forward at regional, and ultimately our goal is to be top 10 at the NCAA championships.
Because the majority of that team returns from last year's NCAA experience, does that experience help them going into this championship season?
It absolutely does. And it's not just at the championship itself, it's throughout the season. How to manage the season, how to manage such a long, what seems short, but is such a long season in terms of the number of long races that they need to run and making sure that they're healthiest and at their very best towards the end of the year.
Everybody healthy, ready to go?
We certainly hope so. As of this morning, everybody was healthy and ready to go, so knock on wood that we'll still be that way come Friday morning.
Who are going to be the top teams to beat for the men?
Well, you know, the Pac-12 is kind of a preview of the West Region, and it's a preview of the NCAA championships. Usually a quarter of the field of the NCAA championships, or about a quarter of the field, comes from the Pac-12. So there's a lot of really, really good programs. Colorado has seemingly been undefeated since they've entered into the conference. So I think regardless of the rankings, that they're typically the team to beat, but there's so many very, very elite programs in the conference.
Let's talk about the women's team. Mixture of some good experience and some young people that are doing well. What are your expectations for them as a team at the Pac-12 championships?
Well, I think to continue to grow. I think our front runners running absolutely fantastically, and but what we really need to see is some of our younger group and our 3 through 7 and to close that gap a little bit. And I think each week they get a little more confident, a little greater understanding of their role and what they need to do to accomplish those goals. And so definitely want to take a step forward from that standpoint. So again, when we get to the regional meet, that we're at our very, very best.
You said early in the season that you thought that Valerie Career and Devin Portfield had the best chances to get individual at-large bids to the NCAA. What do they need to do to perform at this Pac-12s to start getting people to take notice?
Oh, well, I think, again, this meet is very much a preview of the West region. And so the key people, or a lot of the key people we'll see at the West region will be at this meet. So I think gaining that experience, and I think also an increased level of confidence, knowing that they can compete at this level, I think is going to be really the key takeaway from this meet.
Have you set a goal for a placement for the women's team for this year?
We talked about our goals at the beginning of the year on both the men's and women's side, and we definitely always want to finish as high as we possibly can at this meet, even though we've got still a little bit more to our season, and again some individual goals with both Devin and Valerie. I think that can both be all Pac-12.
So after this meet, you've got 2 weeks, and then you're at West Regional. All our Northwest locations. You're in Springfield, Oregon for Pac-12 and in Seattle for West Region. Is that beneficial for the Cougars? It's
absolutely beneficial. Last year was a little bit of a grind with the amount of traveling that we did in terms of missing classes and not sleeping in your own bed and interrupting your normal routine. And for us, this is 2 very easy trips. It's a simple bus trip down to Eugene. We'll be back Friday night, and we'll do the same thing for the West Regional. I think also, although the weather looks to be unseasonably nice in Eugene this weekend, typically mid-November in Seattle, probably a little bit rainy, a little bit cold. So we definitely take advantage of that as well.
This is the first year that the Pac-12 networks will be broadcasting the cross-country championships live. What color uniform should we look? What will the Cougars be wearing?
We're
their singlets be?
We want to be crimson. So in my mind, that represents WSU the best we possibly can. We've got awesome set of uniforms. They all look fantastic. But at the end of the day, I'm very much partial to the crimson.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend, Coach.
All right. Thank you so much, and go Cougs.